Hi everyone, my name is Maddie and I'm going to be taking you through my final negotiation. Starting off with a conflict summary, I'm looking to switch to a private compared to a public gym. I'm extremely passionate about working out and fitness and everything, and I've been a member of a public gym for about 4 years now, and I've decided that I now want to switch to a private gym to try and avoid super crowded environments and better fit my training needs. As a busy college student with a job, it's really important for me to manage my time as efficiently as I can, so I feel like a private gym would better suit this. Fitness is a major priority in my life, and I'm looking for higher quality equipment and access to a turf field to better support my training goals. I am willing to pay a little bit more if it's the right fit because I do know private gyms cost more than public gyms. And I'm planning to make this switch at the beginning of July after returning from traveling during the month of June. So my preparation that I did before the negotiation is that I began by doing a Google search of private gyms that are in my area. And I made sure my focus was on gyms that offered turf and outdoor fields, updated strength training equipment, and a clean, less crowded professional environment. So the ways I kind of went about this is I compared reviews, I looked at photos of the gyms, and I viewed and compared the pricing plans that I saw on the sites. After this, I kind of began reaching out by email to ask if the gyms that I found had flexible membership options, and I finally decided on a gym that's called the Fitness Compound. I decided on this gym because it has extremely nice equipment. It's all Panata, which is an extremely high quality brand of strength training equipment, and it even offers a sauna, which wasn't something that was on my original list of needs, but is definitely a plus. It has access to an indoor turf field, and indoor is definitely ideal because it rains a lot in Washington. Although it is on the higher end of my budget, costing $130 a month with a $99 joining fee, it does still fit into my budget, but I did decide it would be a lot more realistic for me if I could try and get the monthly cost lowered. It's in a really good location. It's not too far from my current house, and it's even closer to where I work. It has excellent reviews on Google with 4.8 stars, and it just opened 3 months ago, so I feel like there's that potential there that they're still looking for new clients. So I started with a self-assessment. I decided that my target point was going to be to try and get the monthly membership fees lowered to $105 a month and then get that joining fee down to $50. My BATNA is that I join a different gym that costs $90 a month, although it does have less ideal equipment and it is slightly further from my house, but it would still fit with my current training needs that I laid out at the beginning. My reservation point would be pay the $130 a month, which is the listed price, but trying to get the joining fee dropped to at least $70. The focal points present in the negotiation is the usual $130 membership price, the salient numbers that are present, such as 130 and then my target point of 105, and then the potential to waive the joining fee. The sunk costs in this negotiation for me would be the time I spent researching the gym, and then the gas money that I used driving to the gym to tour it and meet with the owners. The issues that are present in the negotiation are the monthly membership fee, if they offer guest passes, the couple membership options they may have, what the gym's access time looks like, and then if they have a cancellation policy and what that's like. And then the risk propensity in this situation is moderate because I am looking to get a better monthly deal, but I also don't want to risk losing the gym entirely because I do think that it would be a great fit for me. So the assessment of the other party, who are they? They are the Fitness Compound. They're a private gym located in Bothell, Washington. They are only one party, so they're not monolithic. Their interests and positions are to grow their membership base as a new gym, attract long-term committed members, justify $130 a month as premium pricing, and maintain high-end brand image. And then also, I thought one of their interests would be to decide if they are open to flexibility with their monthly pricing. The counterparty's BATNA would be signing another member at full price who doesn't want to negotiate the $130 a month and the $99 joining fee. So an assessment of the situation, it is a long-term repetitive negotiation because I will be a member at this gym for hopefully a while. There's no scarce resources or ideologies present. It's a negotiation of opportunity because I'm not being forced to switch gyms. It's something that I'm choosing to explore to find a better option that better fits my goals. It's a transaction, not a dispute. There are no linkage effects present. Agreement is not required. It is legal to negotiate, and there's no ratification. There are time constraints because I am looking to switch gyms by July, but there's nothing that is extremely urgent. Contracts are not required, and there's no long-term commitment, which I figured out by looking at their website that you can cancel your membership anytime. The negotiation location was email, phone, and in person. It is a private negotiation just between me and the owners of the gym. There are no conventions guiding the process because it's informal and flexible. More than one offer. They could make me more than one offer, but I don't plan on making a specific formal offer, but rather asking them if they could improve their monthly costs to better match where I'm at in life. It's an explicit negotiation. There is no big power differential, and precedents are not particularly important because I'm just negotiating as an individual, and the gym is a relatively new business, likely making case-by-case decisions throughout the process. There's no legal institutions or long-standing history guiding how the negotiation must go. Each situation is just based off current needs of the gym and the mutual interest that we find. So going into the execution of the negotiation dance, the negotiation began over email, and I opened by emailing the gym asking if there would be room to discuss possible adjustments to the monthly fees and the joining fee that I saw listed on their website. They were super friendly with an email response back, and they asked if I would come into the gym to kind of tour it, and then we could chat in person, which we decided to set a date for. The day finally came. I went in to meet and tour the gym, and I explained to them my situation with my importance on budgeting and my fitness goals, and that I'm really committed to these goals and I take them super seriously. And then I told them that once I do finish school, I would be willing to pay in full. It's just right now with being a full-time student and only working part-time, money is something that is a little bit difficult. I kind of made the opening offer by asking for a price reduction. It wasn't like a super specific number offer, price drop offer, but I did just ask for a reduction in monthly fees. And they responded telling me they were willing to discuss a potential discount since I am a student. And during this, they kind of explained that since they did just open 3 months ago, their pricing has been pretty fixed, but they are willing to discuss some flexibility given the situation. They made the first fixed offer telling me they could waive the joining fee to $50 and reduce the monthly rate to $115 from the original $130. I did counter this, asking if they could do $105 and waive the joining fee just for the first 6 months. And they decided to kind of meet me in the middle with this, dropping the fee to $110, but they did keep their initial $50 joining fee, which I thought was a fair outcome that respected both of our needs, so I did accept it and we closed the negotiation. I would say the final agreement we made fell within the zone of possible agreement, balancing my requests with the gym's current pricing needs, given that they are a new business. So evaluating this negotiation, I did receive a lower monthly rate, which was an offer that was below my reservation point and only $5 above my target point, which I feel like was a small difference that I was willing to accept for the value of this gym. And I did also meet my target point for the joining fee, which was something that I was really excited about. While I didn't meet my original target point, the final agreement was still within my acceptable range, and it did offer clear value comparing the equipment, location, and opportunities of this gym to the one presented in my BATNA. We also were able to make bilateral concessions during the negotiation, which I really feel helped guide the entire process. The gym remained flexible despite being a new business with mostly fixed pricing, which is something that I was extremely grateful for. What did I learn during this process? So one big thing was that assessing the other party is crucial. It helped open my mind from the fixed pie perception, realizing that through this negotiation, we can both benefit as they get a new customer and I get a new gym. It's always worth asking the question, even if pricing appears fixed, because at first I was kind of weary to even reach out about this since pricing on the website seemed pretty fixed and not negotiable. But when I reached out, they did offer flexibility, which was something that was super great. One more counteroffer can go a long way, and the importance on making one more concession, because that is what ultimately got me closer to my target point and got me to that monthly cost of $110. Having a solid BATNA prepared reduced pressure and stress, knowing that I did have another option present, and being honest about my situation throughout the entire thing made the conversation more collaborative and a lot less transactional. So, kind of going now into reflecting on how my negotiation style has changed through this process, I'd say I didn't accept the first offer they made, which helped me gain confidence in making a counter offer, which I feel like isn't something I would have done in the past because I do typically tend to accommodate to other people because I am a really big people pleaser. So, with that, I moved from accommodating to collaborating, not just saying yes to their first offer, but aiming to reach a win-win approach with the outcome where the other party isn't just the one satisfied, but we both are. I prioritized relationship building throughout the entire process, trying to connect with the owners from the first email I sent to when I met them in person, which I feel like did really help the positive negotiation that we had. I now view negotiation as a shared process between parties where each side has something to gain from the outcome, aiming to expand the pie with the other party. I now feel more comfortable asking the difficult questions, even when it doesn't seem like there will be room for negotiation. I'd say in the future, one thing that I didn't do in this negotiation that I want to try and do is I will try and make my first offer clear, aiming to better signal my BATNA but not reveal it, giving more of a fixed offer up front instead of just being really open and broad. But yeah, that's everything. I feel like I learned a lot throughout this process, and I'm excited for future negotiation scenarios that I'll go through.